What's up guys, Keyboard here with another devlog for Light of the World. Today I'm going to make a system for upgrading your skills and abilities as your faith levels up in the game. So first things first, I made an upgrade pop-up UI script that will pop up when the score is changed, but I only want it to show up when the total score is divisible by 1,000. So basically every time we hit 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, we're leveling up our faith to the next level, and we get an upgrade for all players in the game. And so I'm just going through and I'm declaring the buttons that I need to query. I'm also using UI Toolkit. I'll get into that in a little bit, but I know some people that use Unity use the old UI like Canvas system, but I use UI Toolkit because it's pretty similar to CSS. So you can see here that I'm like creating a button click handler for each button in the list of buttons. Again, similar to the last devlog, I wanted to make something that can be dynamically changed. So if there's more buttons added to this pop-up in the future, we just go through the list of buttons, we grab each one, and then we register an on-click event for each button, regardless of how many are in the pop-up, rather than hard-coding it. So should be nicer in the future if I want to make any changes. So here I'm in UI Builder for UI Toolkit, and I'm just trying to make the upgrade pop-up window. So I'm messing around. I added 3 buttons, made a little flex box to make them look nice and equal, and then I wanted to have an image above each button, so I'm just using the cross sprite that I already have been using in my game, just to make like a default button. And I go through and I copy and paste that for each one here. So this is just a rough draft though. Ultimately I wanted to get it to work rather than making it look super duper good, but then I got a little carried away as the video progresses. But yeah, so now I have 3 buttons: upgrade 1, upgrade 2, and upgrade 3. And I just want to add more spacing to each button so that it's kind of nicer and more centered on our screen. I don't know if you can see in the background, I also have been messing with a hand-drawn look in the menu. Now I'm going in and I'm starting a multiplayer server just to test. If it looks really weird on your screen, I think it's because I have some dithering going on in my game, and the amount of color steps that I have active, it seems to just kind of look really weird and spotty on certain resolutions and when I like make the game smaller. So here's where I'm adding the actual functionality. When you choose the upgrade, it will pass in the name of the upgrade button. It'll upgrade the connected thing. So right now I have speed, stamina, and faith, but speed is the only one that actually does anything at the moment. I also want to add other abilities just to make things, you know, just I want to get creative with it, but I just wanted to make a prototype for today. And then here I am trying really hard to like draw lungs, so I started to like trace out some lungs I saw on Google, and I was like googling a bunch of different lungs and trying to find CC0 textures to use, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna learn how to draw one, or learn how to draw lungs. So I looked up this video. It was like a YouTube short. I think it's called like drawing with sigil drawing with, I'm not sure, drawing with someone. I'll link it in the description to give him credit, because he taught me how to draw nice lungs. But at first they looked really bad, and then I kept working on them. But they still probably look really bad, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. So here I am drawing the lungs. Draw. There's the brachial, I don't know, it's like the thing, you know what I mean. There's things in your lungs and they give you oxygen and get into your blood. Anyway, I couldn't figure out what colors to use. I really wasn't happy with this. This was looking really, really bad in my opinion, and I'm sure in yours too. But that's okay, because that's how we learn and that's how we do better, and we just, you know, get better and better. So I kept making little tweaks, and I'm like, oh, I like the white design because it kind of matches some of the other logos I'm using in the game. So then I went through and just did some touch-ups and some alterations and kept going, and then duplicated the layer to make it a little bit more thick, and I was like, yeah, I kind of like that. My dimensions of the image were a little bit off, so I went in and like hard-coded them in, and then like I said earlier, I had a cross sprite that I was using in the game for the faith icon, but since I was going with this hand-drawn look, I kind of wanted to do a hand-drawn cross as well, and I kind of like it, so I stuck with it, changed the faith icon there. And then now it's time to make something for speed. So I initially wanted to make legs running. Legs are way too hard to draw for me. So I'm like, I'm gonna make a lightning bolt, because that kind of gets the same point across of speed, you know, like fast. So I drew lightning bolts. I looked at lightning bolts on Google. I was looking all over. I was trying to just make it look better and better and better. And yeah, I got a decent lightning bolt. It's not the best, but whatever, it'll work for now. I act like I don't like it. I do like it, you know, it was decent. But then I trimmed it, put it in there, made it a sprite, and then replaced the speed button. So now I have a lightning bolt, lungs, and a cross. Now I go in again and I want to see if it'll work with the new functionality. So I get 1,000 points, and you can see real quick there that the menu popped up, but there was no cursor and I could still move my player around. So I have a function called open and close menu that'll pop up the cursor and lock the player in place. So I just added that real quick and I went in to try again. And voila, it works. And it popped up for both players, and yeah, so thank you guys. That's all we have.